Hey, Judy.
Yes.
Would you like a little garden time?
Well, of course.
Bam.
And we'll share a little garden time with you next.
Welcome to Garden Time. I'm sitting here by the new introduction of Garden Time Rose at Heirloom Roses, and a little later on in the show I'll be talking to Ben about a lot of their new introductions this year and some tips on summer care of roses.
Also coming up in the show, we'll be frying up some lily bulbs and taking you to a lily festival.
But coming up first, art in the garden.
I'm at the Oregon Garden in Silverton, and they are kicking off the Art in the Garden, which is happening all summer through September. But today I'm going to be talking with Scott, who's one of the artists here. Beautiful pieces, and it's really kind of an interesting, it's copper and wood.
Correct.
And so what kind of technique is that? Because it looks a little bit different, this kind of metalwork on the wood.
It's actually an old art form. It's copper repoussé, which more or less just means shaping metals and manipulating metals. And my particular repoussé is self-taught. I'm actually drawing these shapes into a 32 gauge copper, and that's why I have lively, interesting lines. Traditionally, most folks were beating this over wood or hammering. I beat my hands up and draw because I like the liveliness I get out of it.
There's really some pretty textures to it. There's different kinds. I mean, these are very vertical, but there's other pieces that are here in the garden too.
Correct. You know, I try to keep it interesting. I don't want to be one-dimensional. I'm always pushing for different shapes, different things. These pieces behind us actually inspired from damaged cedar trees in my yard that lost their crowns in an ice storm. And then when they regrow, the crowns usually wander around so they find their center. And that's what I'm trying to do here is wandering around and coming back pretty close to center, just like what conifers do when they get damaged and they regrow.
Yeah, and so when you were approached to come to the garden for this exhibition, did you come see this space, or do you do a lot of pieces for gardens?
Well, I actually submitted before I saw it, but I was really pleasantly surprised when I visited here. It's beautiful, and it's great to see the art in this kind of environment. I mean, this is where I want it.
Ah, really? And so are you local here? Are you going to be available during these next few weeks?
I live in Eugene, but I am through the area often. I do a lot in Portland, so I'm up and down I-5 quite a bit. So, and I always tend to try to stop in and visit my babies because they are kind of kids to me.
Oh, of course.
And just to see how they're doing, and you know, folks are around, I'm happy to talk to them. You know, it is a passion of mine. I love these things, so.
Oh, and it shows. They're really beautiful pieces. So, you know, if you're at the garden seeing all this beautiful artwork, you stop on over because you might see Scott checking on his little babies here. Well, there's other pieces in the garden, but I am going to go talk to Kelly, and she is the coordinator for all this. So I'm going to get all the information about out in the garden. So I'm just going over there right now. Thanks, Scott. Now I'm in another part of the garden in front of another installation, but I'm with Kelly. And Kelly, you have done a great job coordinating this whole event of Art in the Garden.
Oh, thank you.
And so tell us about this installation. This is just beautiful.
This is part of Flora Gigantis by Richard Hayes and his lovely wife Kendall. They powder coat steel and just bring a real whimsical touch to the garden with their giant flowers.
When you come in, there's just these huge metal flowers on each side of the pathway, and it's just beautiful. But tell us about the whole event, because we want people to come out and see it because it's just amazing.
We have 10 artists displaying in 11 locations. We have 3 workshops going on throughout the summer. One is macro photography with Karen Meyer. We have mosaic garden projects with Mark Brody and chainsaw sculpting with David Hillisland. No experience required.
That one sounds like fun, so bring your chainsaws for this class.
Chainsaws provided by Oregon Chain. They're
It's
great.
even easier. And so do we just come to the event center to come in and just kind of pay our money and get into the garden and see all this beautiful art?
We prefer that you, for the workshops, pre-buy your tickets at OregonGarden.org. But for the event, it's on display until September 30th. You just pay at the visitor center admission, and the art is all here. There's maps at the front desk.
Is this a benefit for any one group?
Well, it is a fundraiser for the Oregon Garden, and also part of our program benefits new artists. We grant $1,000 to a new artist every year to do something really ambitious that they couldn't do on their own, to get on their feet as artists. And we really offer them the great exposure of the garden.
And what if someone wants to get involved next year? Because I'm sure you're going to do it again next year.
Absolutely. At OregonGarden.org, we have an Art in the Garden page with an artist inquiry form at the very bottom. It goes straight to my email, and I'll contact you.
Kelly, I understand you got to select all of the artists. So what was the criteria you were looking for?
We look for art that is, number one, durable for outdoors for 3 months. I like things that have a large presence and that will both inspire you and remind you of the garden that you're in. We have abstract installations, things up to 12 feet tall, as well as things 1 foot tall that are little portraits of raccoons.
Really, it makes it easy because you can stroll through the garden and see the beauty of the garden, which is lovely in the summertime, but then you can also see all these kind of hidden little secret areas that have all the beautiful artwork, and there are also many different ones. Like we saw the one with Scott, and then this metal one, and then there's a mosaic face that's really cool.
Yes.
I don't really want to give too much of it away because we want you to come out to see this lovely setting for all the art in the garden. So if you have any other questions, please go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to the Oregon Garden for all the information. Thanks so much, and thanks for making this so beautiful.
Thank you.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Do you want to be green? Do the easy stuff first. Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery. The U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee says for every $1 spent on a shade tree, you can save $5 on cooling, blocking the penetrating heat in the summer and allowing the warm rays through in the winter. Dollar for dollar, there's no better energy and money saver than a good, deciduous shade tree. Portland Nursery's professionals can help you make the perfect selection. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Judy,
Yep.
do you remember when I asked you if you liked me? I mean, if you really liked me?
Yeah, I liked you on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I need you to do that again.
Well, we really need everyone to like the new Facebook page for Garden Time. So you just go to gardentime.tv and click on the Facebook icon and like us again for our brand new page.
Little Baja is your source for a whole lot of terracotta and concrete too. From bird baths and benches to Buddhas, bears, and fountains, plus the exclusive Baja chimney, we have an amazing variety of the finest in terracotta and concrete containers. Come check out our selection of statuary for any garden theme or setting. So for something for the garden, deck, or patio, come see us at Little Baja on East Burnside in Portland. Find us on Facebook too.
So I'm out here at the beautiful Heirloom Roses, and I'm with Ben. And Ben, we're going to talk about a couple of the newer varieties that you have here that are actually in bloom right now.
Yeah, so we have a whole bed of newer varieties here, but specifically we're standing in front of Fiji. Fiji is a great hybrid tea rose, and it was bred by Cortis in Germany. And what it's known for is being very disease resistant.
Nice.
So they really do a no spray program there that we really like and think that they come up with really good roses, and we're happy to carry Fiji in particular, and also Winter Sun.
Well, here's what I've noticed looking at this bed, because this is right as you walk in, there's an entrance bed there, and these are what those are, but I really didn't see hardly any disease at all here in this, so clearly these things are working.
That's right, and you know, here in the nursery we don't use any pesticides,
Yeah.
and these are just holding up really well. They're a great rose and really do well with the heat and the sun that's coming up as well.
So tell me another couple that you have that you really like that are new here.
So Winter Sun and then Pink Enchantment, both great roses. We really like them. Great color, and well, one's a pink, of course, and then the Winter Sun is a nice yellow rose by
Nice.
Cortis that does really well here in the Northwest.
Well, and you can tell probably by both of us wearing sunglasses that we are getting into that time of year where our heat, for good or ill, is going to go up. What are we supposed to be aware of as we go into that type of season for our roses?
Yeah, so most specifically is water.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be watering your roses 1 to 3 inches a week, and that kind of depends on the level of sun they're getting. It's best also watch your roses when they just give a little bit of wilt, then go ahead and water those in, and then keep an eye on them through this hot weather. A little bit of wilting and go ahead and water them again.
So they're going to let you know, hey, I'm a little bit thirsty, look, I'm drooping a bit, and that's a perfect time to do it.
People also always wonder about overhead watering. You know, here in the gardens we overhead water,
Sure.
but we do it really early in the morning. and then make sure the leaves are dry by about noon.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have anything building up on the leaves or any mildew problems. They dry off and they do quite well.
Which makes sense because, you know, we are in the Northwest and we still get rain, and that lands on all of them too, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And you have great information on your website too, right?
That's right. We have a whole section on care for roses on our website. And it's how-to articles, really tips and tricks that make rose growing easy. You can explore those, watch some videos. Anything you may want to know about growing roses or have questions, it's a great resource for you.
Excellent. And you have a wonderful annual event that happens every single year. Tell me about it.
That's right. It's our annual end of summer sale. Well, it's middle of summer really for us, but we're clearing out the greenhouses, making room, and we're going to have some deep discounts and some fun things, and you're going to be able to go away with a carload full of roses.
And this is happening next weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, correct?
That's right.
Well, you know, for more information on roses, we always encourage you to go to Heirloom Roses. If you can't drive out here, go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. You can get all kinds of care information too, and they have great classes and events that are happening. So head on out to that website, then head on out here to Heirloom Roses. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you.
For our tip this week, it's all about saving water. So for tonight's dinner, we just steamed some vegetables. So what we're going to do is save that water and to use in the garden. You know, that water is going to be nutrient rich because of the vegetables. So all we're going to do is let it cool down, and then we're going to come out to the deck and add it right to the pots. So saving water and adding nutrients to the plants, that's our tip of the week.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Buying a new vehicle should be something you look forward to. So, when you come to Capital Subaru, bring your pup, practice your swing, go for a walk, and relax. Our personally tailored service makes it easy for you to find your ideal Subaru, while you enjoy the service, selection, and amenities you simply won't find at any other dealership.
How far will you go this summer? Now during Capital Subaru's Summer Fun Sales Event, lease the powerful new 2017 Subaru WRX 6MT, just $294 per month.
Get it your way on the Parkway.
What are you looking for?
Judy, I'm looking for the Garden Time Subaru.
William, it's right behind us.
And you can find it too. It's as easy as going to gardentime.tv.
So click on gardentime.tv and click on the Subaru. Each month the Subaru will be in a different location. Give us your best guess and you could possibly win.
Each month, one lucky person will be chosen from all the correct answers. Prizes can include a gift card to a great nursery, some wonderful tools, or other sweet prizes.
So go to gardentime.tv and help us find the Subaru.
Enjoy a summer of art and color. Visit the Oregon Garden for Art in the Garden, now through September 30th. Sponsored by Capital Subaru. See over a dozen pieces of outstanding and inspired art that represent both traditional and modern styles, carefully placed throughout the garden. A series of related workshops will also be featured during this event. For details on Art in the Garden and a schedule of events, go to OregonGarden.org.
I'm at Smithberry Barn with Joelle, and Joelle, you have another tasty treat for us today. What are we making?
Today we're making a peach raspberry tart.
Oh, what a great combination. That was wonderful.
It's a rustic tart, so it's really easy. We're going to start with our dough, which I've partially started here. And basically what we're doing is we're looking for about a 14-inch square piece of dough, and I've put it on a piece of parchment here to make it easy to transfer and move around.
That's a great tip, because how else would you get it off of this nice plastic piece onto the cookie sheet?
So basically we're going to take this to the fridge. I'm going to go chill this while we start working on our fruit.
And you know, I see that you have another disc of dough right here that's in plastic. So really, you can make a couple of batches of it to have in the fridge or in the freezer to ready go at another time.
Exactly. So this is how that started. We kind of cheated and skipped forward. But
that's okay.
This is our chilled disc of dough, and then we put it on the parchment. We roll it out to the right size.
That's perfect.
And you can make some ahead and freeze them and use them at any time.
Right. And so you have some tricks for us for peaches too?
Exactly. So basically with a peach, you're looking for it to be ripe, and you've gone ahead and sliced this for us, and then you spin it and peel it Pop out your...
now that's easy.
So this is a freestone peach, which is what we like. We like to be able to easily pop that out. And then all we're going to do is peel off the skin.
Okay.
And slice it up. And you can see we have a bowl full of
They look
already
lovely.
sliced peaches. It is peach season right now, which we don't grow peaches here, but we have a great farmer, one of our neighbors who grows the peaches, and so we sell them here ready picked. And we love them with raspberries. So right now it is
combo.
raspberry, late season raspberries for us.
And I did notice that there's some bruises on here, so you don't have to use the pristine peaches.
Exactly.
You can use them with a little bit of bruising.
This is the best way to use those little bruised peaches. And it also helps us to know that they're ripe, so if they have a little bit of bruising, that's all the better because you know it's a nice juicy peach. You can see the juice
very
dripping
sweet.
down my hands, and I'm making a little bit of a mess here, but that's what we want because then we know they're really good.
It's your kitchen, so we can do that. And so I see that we have some of these raspberries. We're just going to put them in the bowl.
We're going to sprinkle them in there,
All right.
and then we already have ready our flour sugar mixture, which the nice thing about this kind of tart is you can actually use any kind of fruit mixture you'd like. And I just adjust my amount of sugar based on the tartness or the sweetness of the fruit. Oh, we're going to do some lime. We forgot
I know,
about
I
that.
forgot. It was my job. I was supposed to do zesting.
Go ahead
so
and zest
I'm
a
going to be
little.
zesting. But we're using more than lime than just the zest. We're going to
We
use
are.
the juice too.
So go ahead and let's cut that.
Okay. And so would we do the whole lime then?
We're going to just do the juice of half of the
Okay.
lime.
All right.
And I just squeeze it right over the top.
All right.
Make sure I don't get any seeds in there.
All right.
And then all we're going to do is stir this up.
All right. So we're going to finish combining this and getting the fruit ready, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Great.
Okay, Joelle, the fruit is all ready.
Thank you. So we've taken our dough out of the refrigerator, and we're basically just going to pile it right here in the middle of the dough.
I love this, that there's no special pan. I don't have to go buy something, and really it's kind of free form.
Exactly. So the idea here is that you can do pretty much whatever you would like, and it does not have to be perfect. You're basically just looking for, you know, a circle.
Make it even, sure.
And then we need a couple of inches on the outside, about 2 inches all the way around. We're hoping to not leave any cracks in it so that it oozes around.
Yeah.
And all you do is you lift and kind of pleat.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Lift and pleat.
So now I see that you use these late season raspberries and peaches, but can we use other kind of combinations too?
You can use just about anything you would like. We use this with pears, we use it with blackberries and blueberries, we use it with frozen fruit. This is it assembled. It's just all nice and tucked in there.
Okay, and what temperature now and how long?
Before we do that,
Oh,
well,
sorry.
we're at 400 degrees, which you do
Okay.
need to do ahead because it takes a while to get up to that temperature.
All right.
And then we're taking a little bit of our melted butter and
Just kind of putting it on
putting
there.
it on the edge of the crust. And if you want to start the sugar,
sure. And
we're
then-
just going to sprinkle that on the edge.
And that kind of just gives it a nice little browned edge to it.
Exactly. And then 400 degrees for about 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And you're going to be watching for it to start to brown a little bit around the edges and to get a little bit bubbly. And thank you, a little bit of butter dotted on top.
And we're ready to go.
And we're ready to go.
All right. Joelle, that looks so beautiful. I can't believe it. And oh my, it was so easy to do too, which I love. And I would love to watch that video while I make it, because then I feel so much more confident in how it's going to come out.
Well, good.
So you can go to Smith Berry Barn website and see the recipe, and then also watch the video so that you can make this at home. Come out to Smith Berry Barn and get your seasonal berries now through frost.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Drake's, not your ordinary garden center. Grab a cup of coffee at Antonio's and wander the nursery for the perfect plant. Check out the landscape design showrooms for ideas, then meet with a designer. Come pick out a bouquet of flowers for dinner or for that someone special. Find something distinctive for your home or your garden. Imagine the possibilities and let Drake's turn them into realities. Drake's 7Ds on Southwest Shoals Ferry Road in Portland.
Save big now. The refrigeration sale at Standard TV and Appliance.
Huge price cuts on top brands. Refrigerators as low as $339. Freezers as low as $198. Get a stainless steel Samsung French door, only $1249. Save big on an Amana bottom mount refrigerator, black or white, only $809. And save up to 25% on display and open box Pro style refrigerators.
Hurry, the refrigeration sale ends Sunday. Standard TV and Appliance.
Judy,
Yep.
do you remember when I asked you if you liked me? I mean, if you really liked me?
Yeah, I liked you on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I need you to do that again.
Well, we really need everyone to like the new Facebook page for Garden Time. So you just go to gardentime.tv and click on the Facebook icon and like us again for our brand new page.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature Blooming Advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
Garden Time's Incredible Edibles.
So I am here to celebrate lilies at a lily festival, and it's happening at Perry's Tree Farm, and I'm here with Sylvia. But this celebration is a little bit different, Sylvia, because today, and I had no idea this could actually happen, you're going to be showing us how to cook lily bulbs. So
Right.
my first question, is it all lilies?
No, there's a certain variety. It's the Asian lilies, the ones that are non-fragrant. They're more tasty, where the Orientals would be a little bit bitter.
And that's what these are right here.
These are the Asians, yes.
So start me and tell me what you're doing and how we're going to do it.
For centuries, Chinese culture has been using lily bulbs to promote healthy heart and lungs. And these are the scales, and you just kind of put them in, fry them up.
And by scales, you mean the outside parts of them?
Yes.
Kind of like garlic almost, where
Exactly.
you peel it off?
The bulb kind of looks like a garlic.
Okay.
And you put those in. And they also are used for soups, and it helps moisturizing the lung if you have a chronic cough.
And didn't you say too earlier before we started filming that you can also use them actually on your skin? They use them as a moisture or something?
No, by eating them in soups, it actually soothes the lungs.
Internal moisture.
Internally,
oh, fascinating.
Yes.
And I did have one of these before you started cooking, and it really tastes like a potato.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yes, it has a lot of starch, full of protein, vitamin B1, vitamin B2.
And so you just threw these into an olive oil? What was the oil you
Yes,
used?
this oil that I use today is a canola oil, but you can also use your coconut oils.
And that would add a different flavor.
And it would add a different flavor, yeah. So you put in your scales, your lily bulb scales. You can add a little bit of some spice. It's got a little bit of garlic and pepper.
And where did you get your recipes on this?
I got these recipes online, and you just Google the benefits of lily bulbs. And it has a ton of recipes. It tells a little bit about the medical part of health and yeah.
And then what else are you going to add to this?
We're going to add all these wonderful vegetables, which
Look at
are
that.
snap peas, mushrooms, onions, asparagus, and you put all that in. And you just stir fry that up. And then you also add your little low sodium if you are watching your sodium intake of soy sauce. And then you just stir fry this up just like you would any stir fry vegetable dish.
Well, Sylvia, while you cook this, I'm going to run over and talk to Ken about some of the new varieties of lilies you have at this year's Lily Festival, all right?
Thank you. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. All right, so now I am out here with Ken, and you have a couple of the newer varieties that you're going to talk about. This one is clearly beautiful in full bloom. What is it?
This is Saltolero. It's a orange pet, and it blooms approximately the same time as the Asians, sometimes a little later. But the thing about orange pets is they have such a hardy bloom that they last quite a bit longer than the other varieties do.
Yeah, because this is a full color plant right now, but you can see there are clearly blooms getting ready to pop out, which will extend its length a long time.
Yes, it will.
Now, there's another one down here we're going to look at, Ken, but as we do that, as we walk down there, tell me about this event. What are the days it happens and what does it run through?
Okay, it runs the middle of July through the middle of August.
Okay, and it's weekends only?
Yes, Thursdays through Sunday.
Wonderful. Now, this one, this has got to be another one that you want to pick because it is stunning.
Yeah, this is Zelmira. It's another Orion pet that's just been developed.
I love the colors they almost have a kind of a coral look to them now. They're just really getting beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, because you all know that earlier we did actually eat some of these or had it cooked for us, come on in here now, Sylvia, and we've got one more thing to do. We've got something to eat here. So you're not going to share in this with us? So here, this is I'm going to make sure I get one with a...
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is so delicious.
Excellent.
How could I not have known that I could eat these all this time? That's wonderful. So the event is going on through the middle of August. You can come down, look at these beautiful blooms, and can they buy the bulbs now for next year?
Yes, you can take home in pots.
Oh, so you can buy ones that are already planted?
Yes.
Or buy the bulbs?
Or buy the bulbs for spring planting.
Well, you know, this is a wonderful adventure for us every time we're here, and delicious adventure now, too. For more information, you go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website, and there is a little struggle with the travel right now because of construction.
Right. Yeah, they're doing some reconstructing on Highway 47 at Vermont Road.
So even if it takes a few minutes longer, be sure to get down here and enjoy the beautiful blooms. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching today, and it is really great that Heirloom Roses is having their big rose sale next weekend. But you know, William, I love these Adirondack chairs, and the wine glasses fit right in the arms.
Perfect for us. For more information on Heirloom Roses or for anything you saw on today's show, always go to gardentime.tv.
William and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week here on Garden Time.
Do you want to be green? Do the easy stuff first. Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery. The U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee says for every $1 spent on a shade tree, you can save $5 on cooling, blocking the penetrating heat in the summer and allowing the warm rays through in the winter. Dollar for dollar, there's no better energy and money saver than a good, deciduous shade tree. Portland Nursery's professionals can help you make the perfect selection. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Don't you just love all the things inside Garden Time magazine? So much great information about gardening.
I do, William. There's new plants, adventures, recipes, local gardeners, home tips.
And it's free, right in your email. But there's two things you left out.
What's that?
You and me. We write some of the articles and get to share our gardening knowledge.
Of course. I should have... William, where did you go?
Right here, Judy. You'll find both of us every month in Garden Time magazine.
Sign up for your free subscription on the Garden Time website.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.